If you own rentals in greater Cleveland area, this new water liability bill could either save you thousands or do absolutely nothing, depending on how your property is set up. So let's break down what's actually changing and what it means for your rentals. Hi, this is Joshua Nairmore Sr., Business Development Manager with Realty Trust Services. If you're investing in the greater Cleveland area, you already know water bills can quietly destroy your cash flow. So today, I'm breaking down this new Ohio bill and what it really does and how it impacts investors, specifically in the greater Cleveland market. Before we even get into the bill, you need to understand how water works here. In greater Cleveland, water is often tied to the property. Unpaid balances can end up as liens, and in many older homes, utilities are not separated. So historically, even if the tenant was supposed to pay, landlords still got stuck with the bill. That's why this legislation is getting so much attention locally. Here's what this bill is trying to do. Make it easier to put water accounts in the tenant's name, reduce landlord responsibility for unpaid water bills, and in some cases, limit whether those unpaid bills can attach to the property. But here's the key for Cleveland investors. This does not automatically override how Cleveland Water or local municipalities operate. So the benefit depends heavily on your property setup, your city, and how you structure your leases. Now let's talk about the part everyone cares about. What happens when a tenant runs up a huge water bill and doesn't pay? Historically in Cleveland, well, that bill follows the property. It can be placed on as a lien on tax duplicate, and ultimately, you, the owner, pay it one way or another. This potentially costing investors hundreds to thousands of dollars annually. So, what is the bill proposing to change? If the water account is properly in the tenant's name, the tenant becomes primarily responsible for the debt. The balance can follow the tenant personally instead of automatically attaching to the property. In some cases, municipalities are pushed to pursue collections against the tenant, not just the real estate. Now here's the important nuance. The bill is also trying to limit when a lien can be placed on a property, such as if the account was clearly in the tenant's name and if the landlord complied with proper disclosure and setup requirements. In those cases, the lien would ideally shift away from the property. But this is Cleveland. Many municipalities still have the ability to place unpaid water bills on the property tax bill or enforce collection at the property level first. So in reality, this bill may redirect liability, but it does not guarantee the lien risk disappears. So what does this mean by area? Well, let's break this down by where you're investing. D and F class neighborhoods and areas, well, this is where tenants are most likely to run up large bills. Historically, landlords get hit the hardest here. If liens truly shift to tenants here, this is a major win. Now, C-class areas, such as the Lee Harvard neighborhood, Old Brooklyn, West Side pockets, this helps move out unpredictable expenses. Reduces those surprise $1,000 water bills. It's a solid improvement to your bottom line. Now, B-class and suburbs, it's going to be less abuse, more stable tenants. Smaller impacts, but still cleaner operations. Now, A-class areas, no real change. Tenants already pay the utilities here. So, here's the part you cannot ignore. This protection only works if everything is set up correctly. If the account never actually got transferred, the property is master metered, or the city defaults back to property liens, you're still exposed. And Cleveland has a long track record of attaching these bills to property no matter what. So until local enforcement fully aligns with the bill, you should assume partial protection, not full protection. So if I'm managing your property in the greater Cleveland area, here's exactly how I'm handling this. I'm going to put the water in the tenant's name whenever possible. I'm going to verify with the city how unpaid balances are handled. Documenting everything. Account setup matters now more than ever. You can also tighten lease language around utilities and responsibility. Also, you're monitoring for leaks in normal usage early. And if the property can't be separated, I'm factoring water into the rent and controlling it myself. Now, with Realty Trust Services, we do that automatically. And we have a program that factors in where we charge in advance. But some places don't have that in place. And this is a way currently, even if the bill isn't successful, you can protect yourself. So here's the real bottom line. This bill is trying to shift water liability from the property to the person using the water. That's a big deal in theory, but in Greater Cleveland, well, execution matters more than legislation. If implemented properly, this can reduce your risk, protect your cash flow, and eliminate some of those nightmare utility bills. If misunderstood, you can still end up paying for it. So, if you want to help structuring your rentals, avoiding hidden costs like this, or analyzing deals in the Cleveland market, drop a comment or reach out. And for more real-world investing advice, subscribe to Realty Trust Services and check us out at propertymanagementoh.com. I'm Joshua Naramore, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.